HOTTOGO. You can take me hot to go. HOTTOGO. You can take me hot to go.
Oh, what have you done? Zach, hello. Zach,
that's Pink Pony. The one I've been hearing the most, because somebody close to me adores it, is Red Wine Supernova, which is definitely of those three, but third favorite. But it is also above the other ones I've heard. Those are the three real hits. Come Fight Me if you like any other song off of that album, the Rise and Fall of a Midwestern Princess. And if you're about to tell me,
Zach, do you know?
If you're about to tell me that one of those songs actually isn't on that album, I don't know that because I'm referencing my girlfriend's playlist.
Yeah, perfect.
If it's different from the album, that's on her.
Zach, welcome to the show. If you want to know what that was all about, we just did a lengthy outtake on Has Been Hotel, horror movies, Wrong Turn, and Chapel Road.
Yep. And after some editing, it might be usable.
Some of it might make the edit. Zach, we have new patrons who I would like to thank emphatically, and I have a couple of announcements. There's a nerd poll in the description, and in the new year we are going to be trying to do more live streams.
Yes.
We are, and the first one should be on the 8th of this month, I think, the week after this video comes out.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. When we want to talk about the theory that we discuss in this video, we want to talk about it on that live stream.
Yeah. And if we ever fall behind, we'll probably just do a catch-up of, like, the last 2 or 3. And that way, if you have any, like, things you want to add on, stuff you say in the comment section you want to get our opinion on, we'll be there. We'll probably have, like, a game running or something in the background to, like, a little bit more engaging.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
please hit us with your questions from last week's video. And, like, or just, like, additional commentary, additional tinfoil. We'll vamp with it for a while.
Yep, and I don't know. We'll keep that up for as long as we feel like it.
As always on the channel, we'll do it until we get tired of doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll stop abruptly without warning.
Zach, I have a theory for you today.
Hell yeah. I've been told this is a clickbaity one.
It is a clickbaity one. It's pretty good. You are going to realize why it's clickbaity from the first clue that we get into. I just have to decide which one it's going to be. It is going to be as follows. Oh, I'm writing in the wrong color. There we go. Tyrion Lannister thinks Joffrey sent the cat's paw.
Oh boy. Hi everybody. This is not your first cat's paw theory.
No,
but it is ours. I don't think we've ever talked about the cat's paw who sent it before directly in a video. And I think it's been brushed up upon every time we talk about the likely contenders. But it's interesting that 2 separate Lannisters come to this conclusion, and I've always wanted to talk about it, and I'm excited we're here now.
Ding! Jamie thinks that Joffrey sent the cat's paw. And this is a Tom original, but it is inspired by a comment, as many of our theories are, by a comment by ACG. ACG said this. I'm confident they were joking.
I also had like a brain blast good theory recently that was from a comment or something in our Discord that just like scratched my brain away. I never thought about things. I think like that is actually like the source of some of my best theories and most fun ones is I read somebody's comment in a different way they intended it.
Yeah, you just read a comment and it just gets your brain jogging.
If there was ever a reason to comment, this is the best one. We give you all sorts of dumb comment below reasons. If you just say something that this theory made you think or feel, the odds that it like unlocks future tinfoil for us is pretty high.
Really high, actually.
It's happened multiple times.
Yeah, it might be, I don't know, 5, 8, 10% of our theories overall are from like somebody said something in the comment section and we were just like, hey, that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
I had to shout out something I saw somebody else write that inspired it. Yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. So Zach, that's where we're starting. This is a cat's paw video. Welcome to the catspaw video. Are you excited?
I am genuinely really excited.
Oh, yeah.
This is like one of the few like clear mysteries that is ruminated on by multiple characters that is from an early book that is not completely solved.
Yes. This is not. This is a mystery that the characters in the books know is a mystery that has not yet been given an answer.
So many of the mysteries we have are through our lenses reading it, being able to know that something doesn't make sense, but characters don't think about it, or are like mysteries we've built.
I'm so excited, Zach. You're gonna hate this.
Okay. Speaking of mysteries we built, I can jump to the least logical conclusion and hope that was your theory.
Oh no. Okay.
The least logical conclusion is that it's got to be a mystery that we, the fandom, have created for no reason.
Okay.
Which is that Quentin Martell is alive.
Quentin Martell
said the catspaw.
Yeah.
And the reason he's alive is so we can figure that out, and for no other reason. George kept him alive so he could confess to sending the catspaw.
Yes. Like, should we tell people what the catspaw is in case this is their first catspaw video?
The catspaw is the person who is sent to kill Bran very early in the first book, and is attacked by Summer, I believe.
Yes. Yep.
Cat takes a serious wound trying to defend Bran, and Summer wakes up and I believe rips his throat out. I almost swore. Rips his throat out.
Yep. A ding and a ding.
Yeah.
Bran Stark is someone attempts to kill Bran Stark while he is unconscious. Boop 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 boop. I can spell. Can't hold it back anymore.
I can spell. But my
Check
grammar
out
is
his
not
Hodor.
good.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bowl over you. I thought we were both gonna do Hodor.
I didn't know what was gonna happen, and I just rolled with it, which is like this channel's mantra.
Hodor.
Well, if you can't tell by the fact we're syncing up, we're in person for this recording, so we're being extra goofy, as we often are. I would like, if we ever get to do this channel full time, you realize this will be every recording.
Yeah.
Oh. If this is your vibe, that's a reason to become a patron, because they will all be this unhinged.
We'll have our very own Nightmare Gamer house.
To be fair, we are in my Nightmare Gamer house right now.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, fantastic. And Catelyn is injured defending Bran. This is important. And finally, the cat's paw is dead. The cat's paw is killed by Summer. All right. Okay, Zach. And all of these things are important and relevant.
Okay, the stupidest possible thing here is that the cat's paw was sent to awaken Bran's latent psychic powers, and because like you can read it as that was Bran defending himself through Summer, right? Bran can warg Summer.
Do you want to frame that into a guess?
My guess is Bloodraven sent the cat's paw.
Because of the actions of the cat's paw, Bran goes north.
So there's two directions here. I'm right about the cat's paw being sent by Bloodraven, which is dumb. There is another even equally dumb but interesting path, which is that we know Bloodraven had a former student. What if he realized he was not the intended student? Like, imagine, like he finds out. Oh, Bloodraven's like, oh no, I was supposed to train Bran Stark, and Euron's like, who? Let me write that down.
Euron Greyjoy tried to assassinate Bran.
Yeah,
It's so funny. No, none of these are explicitly correct. However, I think that it is very interesting and very relevant that had the catspaw not been there, had the catspaw not been there, Bran wouldn't have gone north.
because Cat would have never gone on her investigation.
Yes, Cat would have still been there.
Because the dagger is pinned on Tyrion.
110%.
It's not his dagger, but Littlefinger says it is his dagger that belongs to Tyrion, even though he's like scarcely seen it.
Catelyn goes south because of the catspaw. And the cat's paw uses a dragon bone blade. HOTTOGO.
Should I cover that one for a next cover?
100%, dude. Absolutely. It's
That's
so
gonna be
fun.
the style of the Boyfriend from Beyond, so I'll do it with like organs and
Yeah.
You can take me HOTTOGO.
Okay. All right, Zach. We're moving. We got stuff. There's stuff in this theory.
I gotta not look at anything else because I'm closing my computer. I'm really jumping in here because I said something of adjacent craziness, and you said it's not quite that, but you're on the right track.
You're absolutely on the right track.
So the old gods is a part of this.
Absolutely. Who, as far as I'm concerned, who is the old god?
Bran.
Correct.
This Bran tried to kill himself with a cat's paw, knowing that he would defend himself, and it's a time loop thing.
If the cat's paw hadn't been sent, Bran wouldn't be Bran.
Well,
if the cat's paw had been successful, Bran wouldn't have been Bran.
So Bran needed to get somebody he knew would screw it up, or at the very least, Bran had to allow him to get close, and then make sure he failed.
But not only that, he also had to like what is the nature of the Dragonbone blade? Why is that important?
Because, well, the Dragonbone blade implicates Tyrion, but only because Littlefinger implicates Tyrion.
Correct. If Littlefinger hadn't pointed to Tyrion, who would have been implicated?
In the Dragonbone dagger?
Yeah, who would have been implicated?
Technically, it was in Robert's collection.
That's Robert's.
King Robert.
Yeah. This is sowing. This is a very significant political maneuver.
Yeah, because if it comes from the King's collection, it is either the King or somebody in his court, and the two options there are the King is complicit, or like did it himself, is complicit, or is not in control of his court.
So this is the first of the major things. Actually, this is the second. We got the first. I'll do the second first. Because of the political nature of this action, the person who sent the cat's paw, must have an intricate knowledge of Westerosi politics. Unless, and I don't want to discount this out of hand, unless it was just a colossal fuck up by Joffrey. Joffrey does not need a
good reason.
He doesn't need a good reason. He could have just done it.
Joffrey does not seem like the type who could successfully hire a cat's paw. That's always been my hang up with this.
Absolutely.
Is Joffrey only gets his hands dirty, only gets somebody else's hands dirty when he is angry and he has his guards nearby because they are stronger than him and he knows they can inflict a stronger punishment. Like, he pops off, gets angry, says or does something irrational, otherwise he's content to like torture cats and like shit like that.
Absolutely. God, he sucks.
He sucks so much. This is too he would be seething too much to order a hit.
Yeah, he would just tell Sandor to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Legitimately, he would just tell Sandor to do it.
And if that's the case, like if he asked a member of the Kingsguard to arrange a hit for him,
like
it feels like that's an important part of it being solved, and it feels like we have the 2 or 3 members of the Kingsguard it would have been in plenty of POVs.
Like
so
did fucking Boros Blunt organize it for him?
Because
if Boros Blunt organized it for him, he would not have picked that dagger.
Yeah.
He would have given him any knife.
Yes.
That dagger is very intentionally chosen.
Yes.
Or colossally unwisely chosen.
Well, either Joffrey said specifically kill him with this knife because I said so, and then Boros Blunt or Sandor Clegane, instead of looking at this and saying that's a bad idea and he'll never know which knife was used because he's a dumb kid.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep this.
Knife,
and I'm gonna get
sick,
sweet, got this. Souvenir.
Okay, you go stab him with any pointy object. Yeah. It doesn't matter what.
Here's a knife I bought that they make at the blacksmith in town.
Yeah. Actually, like, honestly, here's just a really spiky stick. He's like 8.
Like, honestly, here's an icicle. Just go do it. It's fine.
You weren't supposed to be here. No one was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And the second, the first of the like thing, the interesting and important things to note is this. It is potentially apocalyptically convenient that the catspaw went exactly the way it went. The way it went.
Yep. If Bran is dead, he cannot become Bran, the time god, as we believe he is.
Mm-hmm.
If Bran doesn't, if that's the moment where he gains the ability to like control Summer, that like he never becomes Bran the time god either. If he's going to do that eventually, anyways, he still won't go north because he won't be alone to meet the Reeds and then have everything that happen because there'll be multiple people. In like Robb will never go down because Robb never potentially goes to war, or at the very least he does. It's much later.
He doesn't, right? He never goes to war because Tywin stays in King's Landing because Tyrion is never captured because Cat never goes south.
And then Ned's coup is like has too many question marks now to know if it ever happens or happens unsuccessfully.
Yeah, and Tywin's in town. His coup fails if Tywin's in town.
Yeah, he's more likely to flee, like back to the north and say, I ain't touching this shit with a 10-foot pole. By the way, Joffrey's a bastard. Stannis is right. Meet me at the Trident. 1v1 me. 1v1 me.
1v1 me, bro.
Yeah.
But and then even if it all like carries out exactly the same way that it did, even if war does break out, and Ned does attempt his coup, with Tywin in town, Tywin actually honors the deal.
Yeah.
And gets Ned sent to the wall, which averts war entirely. It is apocalyptically important that this happened just this way.
Yeah, because Tywin's one of the few people that can tell Joffrey to shut up and sit down. And do what he's told.
Joffrey would not be the one speaking, right? Joffrey would not be the one talking in front of that crowd. He would be talking.
The second he goes in and tries to change the deal, Tywin will just smack him and say, "Nope. Sorry."
He actually would not have a problem smacking him in front of the crowd.
and Ilyn Payne would not. And if he said, "You take him away," he's going to turn to Ilyn Payne. He's like, "No, you're not." And Ilyn Payne would be like, "Yeah, I'm listening to that guy."
Yeah, he's the one. He cuts the checks actually.
Yeah.
And like similarly, none of this happens if Catelyn dies, which she's very close to doing. She has scars on both her hands.
Yeah.
Right. If
not only if Cat dies, Ned probably goes back immediately to bury her.
Absolutely. The whole story is fucked if this doesn't happen just this way.
Yeah.
And as we've been building this for a long time, that like the time traveling Bran like thing is that everything has to be in a position of perfect political unrest.
Yeah.
For the others to not. For everyone to not be fighting among themselves when the others get it.
Well, not only like you also have to make a place in the timeline where it makes sense for Bran, a child, to go north of the Wall and kind of train under Bloodraven and like potentially eat Jojen and do all the other things he needs to awaken his powers while doing this. So, like a political crisis, maybe it's the like only way to get him sent north so he can have the powers he needs, but it also complicates things for when the others arrive.
The war is probably averted if Tyrion isn't captured.
Tywin never leaves King's Landing.
Tywin stays in King's Landing. Catelyn dies. And like a whole host of other things, right?
Yeah.
And as we've established this many times, that it appears when you analyze it from a time traveling Bran perspective that the war is necessary for some reason.
Yeah, without the war, they can't find another way to get Bran to Bloodraven, or something else is required.
Yep.
Like somebody needs to die, something needs to happen, somebody needs to live who would have died if the war didn't happen.
We speculate on time travel scars.
Yeah.
Which are our word given to like very small linchpins in the universe that have great change.
Summerhall is like a famous one. Like many people, like Rhaegar is born. Multiple people die to immediately make like a line of succession much clearer and easier for Rhaegar to inherit. It would have probably happened that way anyways because the other Targaryens didn't have kids, but like immediately any succession dispute is cleared up, so like there's a fast track to get Aerys on the throne.
Yes.
And multiple people who, if alive, may have stopped in Aerys going mad scenario. Like I feel like Dunk's too good of a man to serve an insane king. Like if Dunk is like Barristan's age when Aerys starts going mad, which I think he would be.
Yeah. What does Duncan the Tall do in that case? That's just an interesting what if.
Yeah. So in order to make sure we never get that what if, Dunk has to be at Summerhall. Sorry, spoilers.
Does he fucking cold clock Tywin Lannister the first time they see each other?
Yeah, immediately like beats Tywin like
cold clock 18-year-old Tywin. And a lot of these time travel scars seem to have conspicuous animals. I really like thinking about Joffrey's wedding.
With the dog.
Yeah, with that one rando dog. I think that this is the first time travel scar in the series. I think that this is future Bran saving his own life, but at just the right moment with just the right.
Because he has to make a way that he still ends up where he is, otherwise the time travel doesn't work.
Yes. So he, like, maybe Summer maybe Summer killed Cat the first time and that made things go wild.
Yeah.
Maybe Summer didn't kill the catspaw in a previous iteration, and that gave everybody some information about what we're going to see at the end here.
Well, like the catspaw lives and is captured, and they're able to interrogate.
Yeah, the catspaw dies. The catspaw dies. That would be, there is no mystery if the catspaw lives.
You lock him up. You say, I know you're grievous, like maybe not grievously wounded. We'll get the maester in here to treat your wound. We'll feed you. We just need you to tell us who paid you. We know you did this for money.
We know that you're just doing this for cash. We will send you to the Watch if you tell us who paid you.
Yep.
And like honestly, that's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah.
And then censored is not implicated.
So there is a single person behind this.
Yeah, someone who fulfills all of these criteria.
Someone who is aware of time travel's existence. And it's got to be. It can't be that Jojen sent the catspaw.
Oh, fucking holy shit! Howland Reed sent the catspaw?
Yes.
Howland sent the catspaw, bro? Wait a minute! He knew Jojen had to arrive after Cat was gone. Otherwise, Cat would greet them.
Yes.
Wait a minute, bro. That's kind of good.
Howland Reed sent the catspaw.
Wait a minute, that's kind of good. That actually fulfills a lot of the problems that I'm sorry, that fulfills a lot of the criteria that my answer has. Holy shit, that's actually really good. Hang on, I'm actually writing that down. That's a lot of fun.
Howland question mark?
Alt colon Howland sent the cat's paw. Oh shit, that's really good. Because he does have all that information. And not only does he have all that information, he also has all of the oh no, wait, there is a hole. No, there's not. No, that's just a good answer.
Yeah, no.
That's just a good answer. How
Well,
got the cat's paw.
Yeah, that just establishes that he knows about green seeing from his kids.
Yeah.
And that he's aware of time travel.
Yep.
Either from his kids or from having previously messed with Weirwoods, both of which are plausible.
Oh my god, the video we did with Quinn,
yeah,
where he what happened to him on the Isle of Faces, where he basically got like a cheat sheet.
Yeah.
On his cheat sheet is
said, send a cat's paw.
Like look, dude, I need to almost die. This is really important. I need to almost die.
And my mom needs to solve a mystery.
Yep.
Not here.
I need to almost die. My mom needs to almost die. Whoever you send does need to die, because in a previous iteration you were implicated, and that was like a whole mess.
What I need you to do is send a bad assassin.
Yes.
We
need a badass assassin.
Have you ever watched The Death of Stalin?
Fuck you. That was funny. Go ahead. No, I haven't.
I recommend it wholeheartedly. It's one of my favorite movies. It's in my top 10. It has a great scene where Stalin has had his stroke that will prove fatal, and the rest of the Politburo, the most important people in the Soviet Union, show up to try and figure out what to do with him now that he's not doing super hot. And they discuss getting a doctor, but the Soviet Union, under Stalin, in a paranoid fit, purged all the doctors from Moscow because he thought they were poisoning him. Okay. So they said, so if we get a doctor, it won't be a good doctor. And there's a beat, and somebody says, I forget which character says, what are our thoughts on getting a bad doctor? And I'm just imagining the Reeds discussing how to almost kill Bran.
Yeah, Howland, Mira, Jojen, and Ashara around the dinner table.
So, if we send a good assassin, he won't get caught, but he will kill Bran.
Yeah.
And possibly Catelyn.
Yeah.
And if we send, if we look for a good assassin, we won't know where to find them because they're good at not getting caught. So we'd have to find somebody from the wall, and that means that they would have gotten caught, so they can't be that good of an assassin.
Yeah. But the assassin can't be really bad, because then they'll get caught on the way in. And we haven't even addressed this. Other things happened at the same time. What else happens at that time? There's so many very interesting things that happen in succession in that scene.
What is that?
Why isn't Rob there?
Fuck, what's Rob doing?
Why isn't Rob there? I can tell you. It's
Go for it.
ridiculous. Because the fucking library's on fire.
Oh my god.
Because the fucking library's on fire.
He said a distraction. That's right.
Yes, whoever did this sent a distraction.
They set the library on fire.
The library is on fire. Burns down during these proceedings. This is interesting for a whole bunch of reasons. Not least of which being the restriction to knowledge is one of the themes of Bran's chapters, right? His whole plot in the first book is the three-eyed raven trying to prevent him from remembering what happened to him in the tower.
Yeah.
And the destruction of knowledge, I think, is poignant and relevant thematically. I don't think it's explicitly relevant. Although we could do some additional tinfoil that they were intentionally burning the library so that they could steal a book and no one would notice.
So you said this was dumb and clickbaity. And it was inspired by a YouTube comment.
Well, the dumb clickbaity is this is a catspaw video. I'm not gonna spoil it in the thumbnail.
Is the answer dumb or is the answer kinda good?
it is the same as Howling Reed, which is it's dumb for 12 seconds, and then you're like, wait, oh no, okay.
I was about to say, it was inspired by a YouTube comment, so the odds it was a pun are pretty good. Is it that the cat's paw was sent by cat?
The cat's paw? Is it cat's paw?
Lady Stoneheart, who decides to give up her revenging after, like, finding out that both of her daughters are alive somehow, does not decide that she needs to be put to rest by, like, somebody, and instead just goes to the wall for shits and giggles.
Okay.
And eventually finds out that Bran and Rickon are okay also. And it's like, wow, this whole revenge for my kids thing was really only for Robb. It would be funny if Robb somehow faked his death and it was all for nothing. That's additional tinfoil to this theory that's not the theory.
All right,
but
Zach, I'm not with you yet. I'm ready.
And then she learns about Bran's ability to do time travel.
Goes back in time.
And talks to herself in the past, who now knows the entire time that she will become Stoneheart, which completely recontextualizes the books. And through a combination of, like, charades and pantomime, I guess it's the same thing, conveys to Kat that she needs to hire an assassin.
Right now. She has to do the Love Actually
with the cards,
with the note cards.
That she needs to try and assassinate her own son while he's in a coma, which will happen shortly, and make sure she takes a serious injury during it, and then plays dumb until she gets an answer from Littlefinger.
To me, you are Lady Stoneheart. Who's at the door, Catelyn? Just Carol is, dear.
I don't think anything we've done has called for a fan animation more than that.
Oh,
because I have perfect visualization of that as a cartoon in my brain right now.
Oh my god! Will, you if you're Will, by the way, the phenomenal the writer for the Within Strange Eons webcomic, big fan.
Yeah, very good.
If you guys are ever open to a commission, I would love to see Lady Stoneheart talking to Catelyn.
Love Actually style.
I don't
with a sign that says you need to stab your kid.
I don't have a lot of money, but I can give you tens of dollars.
You need someone to fail to stab your kid.
Yeah.
Usually, he needs to try.
But of course, this correction is in the note cards. Sorry, no, I don't. Not that last one. I need you to pretend to stab your kid. Because your kid is gonna go become a time wizard, you. Wait, we never refer to him as a time wizard, and we should do that more.
We should do that.
We should do that more. Yug.
It's so off the rails without being off the rails. Because, okay, like...
Usually our tangents aren't this relevant.
This has brought a wonderful question to mind. If I know I'm not a good assassin, why would I try to break into one of the most important castles in all of Westeros? Like, like if I know I'm a bad assassin, like the number of people I can assassinate stops at a level of importance that is trivial.
Yeah, that is worth like a couple bucks.
I might be able to break into Carhold and assassinate somebody and make it out with my, like, details known if I'm a bad assassin.
Sure.
I might be, like, I ain't making out of the Dreadfort alive. That, like, they have, like, the ye old "we don't call 911" on their door at the Dreadfort. Instead of a picture of a gun, it's a picture of multiple knives.
The dwellers of this domicile failed to notify the city watch.
We don't send ravens.
Oh my god. Oh, can I get like like the Winnie the Pooh meme of "we don't call 911" but increasing levels of class? Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Like if I'm a bad assassin, why would I take on Bran Stark in a castle Bran Stark in his bed in a well-guarded castle, a child of a Lord Paramount, one of the highest ranking people and current hand of the king, guy with a lot of political power, in a castle that a ton of people live in with guards walking around. I'm gonna go and step it. Like, I have to be offered a ton to make it even worth it, and I have to either be dumb or like committed to something, right? Like, this level of like assassination is for zealots, right? Like, when you see somebody who like runs past barriers of security to try and take a swing at someone, they believe in something hardcore. Who is this catspaw that he has that kind of conviction? When I'm thinking of like assassination attempts that were done by people who are either devoutly religious or like politicized, like political extremists who are radicalized, or fundamentally insane and thought it would work out for them, are the only people who ever get this close to killing somebody under high security. And usually there's multiple security lapses. John Hinckley Jr. only got that close because the
well, the video got recategorized. There it goes.
No, he's a musician now. He's a fellow YouTuber. Did you not know that?
No, I didn't.
No,
we're not doing this tangent. We're not doing this tangent at all.
Shout out to fellow.
No! Stop it!
Shout out to a musician I admire.
No!
Specifically for his music and nothing else. Tom is wearing a hat and is now covering his face. For those playing along at home, trying to visualize.
Holy shit! Let's get the video categorized again. Let's get back. We gotta recategorize it back to a song of Ice and Fire.
Okay, we're what, 45 minutes in?
Oh,
something like that?
36 even. 36. We got so much time.
Okay, look, YouTube, stop paying attention.
Oh my god.
So
holy shit.
Somebody takes up this because the catspaw must be insane and extremely lucky, which I guess could be the case if Bran is interfering to make sure this happens exactly the way he wants it to. But he then has to like have a lot of animals do a bunch of ridiculous nonsense at the same time.
Yeah.
They are some sort of zealot of either ideology or religion, or they were in on it and willing to do exactly as needed for time traveling Bran to work out. So they went in knowing that they would fail the assassination and be eaten by a wolf, and they were okay with that, which then also makes them a zealot.
I have people who fit this description.
For any of the three, or the last one specifically?
Last one. However, it does not necessarily need to be that.
Uh-huh.
They could also be a bad assassin, and they could also be a bad assassin who did not know that they were the sacrificial assassin on a team.
Oh, there was like a team of people conspiring to this, and they said, actually, it's quite easy, and like...
Yep, they convinced, like, I'm gonna set the library on fire. This person is gonna go and distract Catelyn. This person is gonna distract the guards, and they did it poorly. They did it poorly on purpose.
The Ocean 11's like it. So it's also like you've seen The Dark Knight, right? Where like it's all planned for. It's not just a bank robbery. It's a plan for the Joker to kill every other robber so he gets all the money.
Yep, exactly.
Which he's also not using.
Yes. And then he lights it all on fire.
Yeah.
Like the library.
Is it okay? You know what? You sold me. The Joker sent the cat's paw.
This action.
Just gonna walk right over that bit.
Seems to be quite well organized.
To fail at the last minute because dog.
Yeah. Yes. To fail at the last minute, they organized a distraction.
Yeah.
Like a big ticket distraction. They obtained a priceless weapon.
Yeah.
And then got killed by dog.
And they managed to successfully sneak in. Like, I can't imagine every guard was trying to put out the fire, right? Or every person. Like, they walked into the main part of the castle where the family lives, and nobody said, hey, who are you and what are you doing on the way there?
Yeah.
So he was at least competent at some amount of stealth.
Yeah.
Also, whoever started the fire was competent at some amount of stealth. And they fail because dog.
Now, I do want to note, we do have in the room Sam, our relationship correspondent. Sam,
I like how you're keeping the role consistent with the one video on the other channel.
Sam
is my brother. Hi, Sam.
Relationship correspondent Sam, how do you feel about betraying your team like that?
So I came into this conversation halfway through to get a bit of strawberry pastry, so I was only half paying attention after I got
I
here.
thought that was cherry.
I don't know. It's a pastry.
If it was strawberry, it would have been sliced by now.
That was where the note was. Oh my god.
Either way, I only have like half of the understanding of what you're even talking
We're
about.
talking about how like ridiculous it is for the cat's paw.
Yeah, right. And my anime brain rot mind can only relate this to the second episode of Fate Zero, where they purposefully send in assassin telling him it's an easy job, and then he gets killed for the express purpose of making them think the assassin is dead.
I'm adding it to the list!
Sam, you just got a ding and you're not even on this episode.
In Fate Zero!
Episode 2.
Episode 2!
Yeah, no, they said because there are multiple assassins.
Yes,
and
and
nobody else.
There's one.
Nobody else knows this, so they think assassin dies in the very first encounter of the Holy Grail War. This is now a Fate Zero episode. I'm sorry. I actually,
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the Fate franchise generally. Sam is. Fate Zero rocks and is like what I wish the other shows were, because every other one is this obscenely ridiculous plot with a twist, and it doesn't need one. It's already really cool.
So I'm writing down in Fate Zero episode 2, a killer is set up to hide the other killers. Is that about it?
The killer is sent in, set up to fail, to hide the fact that there are other killers still around.
Lovely. This is a cool Ocean's 11-y sort of thing.
So you're saying there are multiple people there, and they set up. Is the argument here that because on the Isle of Faces there's the Green Men, right? Who, if we're going by my theory here, talk to the trees who are also Bran. So if Bran ever needed to set up some sort of Ocean's 11 style time heist, he could just tell the Green Men, I need you to go do something ridiculous, and they can be his time travel hit squad.
Fuck, I like that a lot. That is not where I'm going, but I like that
because that also means that this entire thing was set up by goofy men who wear antlers sneaking around Ocean's 11 style.
Talk that way about Renly.
If I had a nickel for every time there was a goofy man wearing antlers in this serious book about magic and sword fights, I'd have like 5 nickels. Possibly 8.
Which is an above average amount of nickels.
It's true. It's more than I have in my pocket right now. The correct answer for that one is 2.
Which isn't a lot, but
it's weird that I have
there's 2 in there.
It's weird that I have.
Yeah.
It's weird that I have coins at all.
Oh, holy shit! Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh
I can't believe he gave us a hint.
Yeah,
One that was not. One that was not in your notes, but
no,
helps a lot.
That'd be fun. This is precedented, right? This is precedent.
Many other stories have done this of like you set up somebody to fail so that you're underestimated.
Yep. Once
they're the fall guy too.
This happens to Sean Bean.
Oh yeah.
National Treasure.
In National Treasure, he's the fall guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
we referenced National Treasure a lot recently.
Yeah. I was talking about for whatever reason today with somebody. The plot to all the Call of Duty games that had story mode.
Sure.
This is your character in the No Russian mission, too.
Absolutely. 100%. We're not going to talk explicitly about
because it will get us in a lot of trouble, but
yep.
he is left in the aftermath of a mass atrocity, so he gets the blame for it and nobody else does.
100%. I do not think that this is outside the realm of possibility.
No, this is a well-established plot element in a lot of things.
Now, this guy could have been sacrificial and knowingly sacrificial. That's totally fine if he was Hodor, right, by a more experienced Bran, or in the same way as like Howland, where we speculate that Howland has some sort of like
warg ability.
Yes, where he understands what has to happen to him and Jojen.
Oh yeah, that too.
Right?
But this guy could have just been set up. Everybody else was an expert who could smuggle him in, and he was just a man who's there to beef it.
Yep, he can just be a normal guy.
Yep.
Yep.
And he like sees how competent the rest of the team is, and that gives him confidence.
Exactly.
All I have to do is stab the kid.
Yep. 100%. Yep. 100%.
And everybody else is like, all this guy has to do is fail to stab the kid because they're in on it.
And like, think about the phrasing. And I'm pretty sure this is just in the show. But you're not supposed to be here. No one's supposed to be here.
He was told information that's not true.
Yep.
Yeah.
he was informed that this is the way it was going to go.
And that was still when George was helping write the show, so that means he
Absolutely.
was fine with that line, even if
Yep.
it's not in the book.
It's a great line, great scene. Like the fourth episode or something.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what? I'm gonna write that one down too. You're not supposed to be here. To be here. No one's supposed to be here. Great line. So, in addition to all of these other interesting things about the catspaw, about the person who sent the catspaw, rather, they organized this, right? This is not just a hit. This is an organized hit.
Oh my god. It's Old Nan. She's the one who gives him all the stories, right? Of going, like, what's up north? Maybe it was her mission all along.
What's up with you?
Maybe it was Shiera Seastar's mission all along to make sure that Bran meets up with Bloodraven. And she realized that now that he's, like, unable to walk, but that was necessarily part of the process, rather. She needed to get a creative reason for him to be sent north. So she needed to get everybody else out of the way. An Old Nan who is Shiera Seastar, planning Ocean's 11 style failed on purpose murder.
You know, I do kind of like that. That is not what I'm looking for. Old Nan is not what I'm looking for. Though I suppose it's entirely plausible that Old Nan set this up like months ago.
That
Possibly years ago.
this is curious and strange, and I think for the first time in this episode I need a card because I have no idea who this person could be who set up all these things.
Okay. You ready? Yes. Click. The catspaw, and in this case I'm saying the catspaw and or whoever set the fire,
Yes.
seems to know their way around Winterfell.
That's another, like, it has to be somebody on the inside. Are you going to mention the strange man who gave Bran a blackberry?
There is a man who... Oh, sugar. There is a man who gives Bran blackberries
Okay.
in Game of Thrones.
It's in the first Bran chapter.
Yeah.
Right?
This rando. Everyone else is named except
for
the man with the blackberries. It's
A
very
man who
interesting.
Bran does not recognize.
Absolutely.
You're good. You can say hi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're on mic. Hello.
Unless you don't want to be in a YouTube video that will be watched.
That's fine.
Just everybody say hi.
Okay.
Everybody in our audience say hi to Jake.
Hello. I am an occupant of this home.
The people live inside our recording studio. I don't know why.
We'll give a brief detour for unboxing. What do you have?
Oh, Sigmar stuff.
Ooh.
I got new endless spells and Stormdrake Guard.
Very cool.
Riders.
In the comments below, tell me if that's cool.
In the comments below, if you ever want us to do Warhammer content, like
We won't.
Well,
Alright, I'll leave you
that's
guys.
better than anything I could have said.
I'll leave you guys do it.
Okay. And what was over here? What was it? Hang on, my brain is broken. It's gone. It's fluttered away. The man
who gave Blackberry. So you said
Before
your
that.
hint
Yeah.
before that was the person seems to know, like they know how to get into the library, which like there's multiple like towers and things there. He knows
Yep, the catspaw seems to know the way around.
the tower that Bran falls off of. That's not the library, right?
No, that's the broken tower.
That's like how do they know their way around Winterfell? Like unless they scoped it out for a while, or they're local, right?
Yes. Ding. Yes. Not like explicitly ding, but yes, that's correct. Say that sentence again.
They either scoped out for a while beforehand, or they're a local.
Yes. It is one of those.
Is it somebody who's local? Is it somebody in the castle is in on it?
Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to... You know what? I'll say this. It is not a local in that way. It is not someone who lives in the castle and like knows their way around. But it is someone who like has scoped out the castle, and we know they have.
Oh my god. Mance set the cat.
Let's go! Let's go! Absolutely! 100%!
Mance is a disciple of Bloodraven and was told explicitly that he has to. This makes him like going out of his way to spare Jon, even
Boom! I was just about to say that, yes!
because Bloodraven knows from his communications with the old gods who are Bran that Bran's plan requires him to go to the north and Jon Snow being alive and then resurrected for some purpose in the future is necessary to win the war against the others. And therefore, he needs to... Wait, this makes sense. This actually...
I'm nodding emphatically for the people at home.
The war makes sense too, because the war means that there are people that can't be sent to the wall that otherwise could, like, oh, we have people in our army reserve. That would have changed the politics of the wall, and maybe Jon never becomes Lord Commander. And also, if he does become Lord Commander, maybe he's popular enough with the new recruits who don't have the pre-existing like knowledge of what the wall was like before his governance.
Boom! Mance doesn't need to be fully informed. He doesn't need to know everything that is going on with Bloodraven and Bran. He doesn't need to know. He just needs to know that Bloodraven says they're terrifying Woods Witch, right? If he has ever talked to him, all he needs to do is get like a hint that this will cause this, and that will cause a continent-wide war, and that is good for Mance.
Yeah, and he will buy that. And it's also good for time-traveling Bran, because it makes the math for Lord Commander Snow, and then resurrected Jon Snow, much, much easier.
Absolutely. And like, I'm so glad that you brought up how easy he goes on Jon. Because that seems so fucking connected.
Yeah.
That seems so fucking connected to this.
And the answer often is Mance Rhaegar, but this is equally compelling and less strenuous to like plot stuff answer is that Mance knows Bloodraven.
The theory is, to some degree, Mance is working with Bloodraven.
Even if he doesn't know Bloodraven explicitly, if somebody that Mance trusts to see the future.
It could be Varamir, right?
Yeah.
It could be Varamir having like weird war dreams and filtering that through to Mance.
Yep. It could be one of his spearwives could be like we don't know all about them, but they seem to have some like old godsy stuff going on there. Like one of them could be like a liaison from Bloodraven. We just don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Because we haven't got enough spearwife scenes yet.
And like, I'm so glad you brought up spearwives because happy day.
That's the people who did it.
I think there's precedent for a team of assassins to break into Winterfell.
Yeah, because that's exactly what is happening right now in the story.
100%. They just did that. They didn't assassinate anybody explicitly, but it's exactly the same. It's the same. I think it's in the same fucking room.
And Mance needs a patsy to die in his place, but he's also done that too.
Yeah.
Because they burned the Lord of Bones.
You're goddamn right.
So he has had a patsy die in his place in the story.
Boom.
He is fine with doing that.
What do you think?
I actually now believe this is
Let's
true.
go! Let's go! It's not just a good one. I think it's correct.
I can't believe my unironic belief is that the catspaw was sent by Mance Rayder, and the ghost in Winterfell is the literal ghost of Maester Luwin. And if I'm ever polled about my beliefs in the Song of Ice and Fire fandom, it's gonna sound like I'm trolling.
Yeah!
Every time Winterfell gets brought up.
Holy shit. This is a good one, dude. It's a good video. This is a good theory.
Yeah.
So thank you to the person who memed in the comments that no, it was Mance. And I was like, haha, wait. Hang on. No, okay, hang on. And I started building this as a meme.
Yeah.
I was like, haha, I can make that can make that bit. But like the more I was building it, the more I was like, wait a minute. Who else has that kind of political knowledge?
Yeah.
And that kind of infiltration experience?
Yeah.
Who isn't fucking there?
Yeah.
Who isn't like on site right now and would be like one of the things that's most brilliant about Littlefinger's storyline is that when what's it called? When Joffrey dies, Littlefinger is still in the city. He's floating offshore.
Yeah.
But as far as anyone is concerned, he's been gone for 6 months.
Yeah, because he made a big show of leaving.
Yup, he made it very clear that he was gone. What a great alibi.
Yeah.
That he's been gone for months.
Yeah.
That's actually part of, like, a lot of people say that Littlefinger sent the catspaw for similar reasons, that this causes political instability. He knows all this that would happen. But, like, he's a long way away. Unless he's not. Which I guess is an interesting question.
Yeah. But he has a... No, I was up when the king was up and then I left, like, story. He can be cited there, but he can explain it away.
Yeah.
But we know he was in the area at the time, or at the very least he could have set the things up. Like, all the pieces are there, but he also gave Jon a, like, good enough alibi that we don't suspect him.
Yes. Yep. Like, goddamn, right? That's pretty good.
This is contingent on somebody feeding information from Bloodraven to Mance, but, like, that, as far as agents of Bloodraven goes, is, one, like, something people speculated about before, and two, like, pretty easy to imagine. If it's the king of the, like, Beyond the Wall having some sort of connection to a cave beyond the wall with a wizard in it, and, like, it's almost like a Merlin sort of thing too, where, like, royal person advises king who fulfills some sort of legend.
Yeah. That's kind of phenomenal. There was one more that I had that is, like, thematically connected, but I don't think it's explicitly connected. Wildling Custom says that children should be, what's YouTube appropriate here?
Humanely, like,
should be let go.
Given the gift of mercy if they are unable
there we go. Given mercy when they are injured or sick.
Yeah. It's a very, like, Spartan thing.
Yes. And I don't think that is, like, what Mance is doing. Mance is a very, very, very clever politician. But when he says to the catspaw, this is what he says.
It makes it so much easier to rationalize you're assassinating
an 8-year-old child, yeah.
When it's like, if he lives, he won't live.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But, like, if you said that to Ygritte, I think that she would be receptive. Right? We would be like, it is very important that this happen, and don't feel bad about it, because this is what we would do anyway.
Yes.
These abominations would let this kid live.
Yeah. Is this tinfoil on top of this tinfoil?
Yeah, I'm ready.
With our, like, childhood trauma theory of gaining magic, is this a means to stop really powerful wargs and, like, really powerful, like, magic users from rising up in the wildling? So it's only ever, like, people who are Varamir level, who can't, like, warg people, who can't, like, do these, like, deeply powerful magic things, that they kill injured children. Because, like, that would make perfect sense, right? If somebody gets a little traumatized as a child, they become Varamir. If somebody's really traumatized as a child, they become Bran or Euron.
You're pitching. You're looking me in the eye and pitching. Dragon Rider Shireen. You fucking tell me. You laughed. You tell me that doesn't track with everything you just said.
That fits.
You tell me that doesn't track.
They want to kill Shireen because they don't like the disease, but because they see in Shireen a powerful magic user someday. Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, she had grayscale as a kid.
Yeah.
She got sick just like Jojen.
Yeah.
Is Shireen a ward? And that's how she's able to teach Davos how to read so fast.
She's incepting words into his head. It's not that he got better at spelling on his own. She's literally spelling it out in his head like HOTTOGO.
You can have me HOTTOGO. That's what she's going to be singing.
Oh, no.
They need more better weather. HOTTOGO. Like a ring of people with torches. Like weirwood torches surrounding tree. HOTTOGO. Oh my god,
The first Interesting Nerd Club episode to have a copyright violation.
Oh my god, hell yeah, dude, that's awesome.
All money from this episode, all like
all proceeds for all ad revenues go to Chapel Roan.
Trapple, I know you need it more than we do.
Oh my god. HOTTOGO. HOTTOGO. Oh my god. Yeah. I think sometimes we're at the end of the video, so like we're gonna riff.
Yeah.
I think sometimes about we do bits at the beginning of like all through almost every episode.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple of videos that have like kind of popped off.
Yeah.
And by pure chance, the bits are connected to those pop-offs irrevocably. They can't be taken back.
Yeah.
And I hope this one pops off. And every time they want to come back and do the man sent the cat's paw video, they're gonna get stuck in their head. HOTTOGO.
The Red Door Theory has your story about finding the people in coitus in a car in a park.
Yeah, my St. Patrick's Day story. It's there forever.
And like I feel like people associate that one with the theory because they go back and revisit it. It's like, I forgot this is the one where Tom tells the story.
Hell yeah.
The people who like our bits, like I feel like they will associate just a wee tiny bit.
Yeah, I imagine there's gonna be a non-zero number of people who forever now associate Man said the cat's paw with HOTTOGO. You can have me hot to go. Oh, Zach, thank you for entertaining me. I think this one.
Honestly, this is one of the best theories we've done in a hot minute.
This is one of the ones that I think is both original and most likely to be correct.
The wonderful thing, how many theories are we up to now? Because if we have a 1% hit rate at this point, we probably got something dead on.
We have to, right?
Yeah,
we have to. Right, like one of them. Oh, we should. Do you want to do an actual theory ranking?
We got halfway.
We've tried to do this before.
We got halfway through the.
I just want to do a tier list. You know what?
The problem is now you have to put
call for action. I already got
a bunch of thumbnails into a tier list.
No, we don't have to.
That's right. Somebody watching this video with a lot of free time needs to do that and said, "Hey, I did this."
And this is not me saying you should do this, but if you do that, please send me the link and we'll do it on stream.
The people who watch every episode are now trending near 1,000 people.
Yeah.
One of you could do it.
Yeah. One of you guys. One of you guys wants to. One of you guys already started.
One of you guys has had this desire and did not have a reason to do it. And now you do.
Yeah.
We asked very nicely.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's so stupid.
No, what you're saying is you don't have to do that. But if you are already considering doing that,
so fucking stupid.
You have two people who would be excited about this, and you would be shouted out for it.
HOTTOGO.
You can have me hot to go.
All right, Zach. Please check out the nerd polls in the description. I have a feeling there's going to be a small handful of bits clipped from this one that gets sent into those nerd polls.
I wonder what the ratio is of people commenting about the theory and people commenting about Chapel Roan. Because it's not 50-50.
No, it can't be. It's going to be 80% Chapel Roan. In the comments below, please just put your favorite Chapel Roan lyrics.
That way we know you got to the end of the video.
Oh, God. Oh, Zach, what have we done? I'm a big funny girl.
We have time for red wine supernova. Do you know that
Red
one?
wine supernova.
That's
in
champagne
sky.
supernova. I understand the confusion.
Oh my
Nobody's
God.
ever done like tequila supernova, even though the like tequila sunrise that's way more like set up for that sort of title.
Isn't that book by Harper Lee with about the court case?
That's tequila marking. Tom, did I mention that I want to open a backyard bar with like cocktails made specifically to be endorsed by friends of mine, and I feel like you would endorse on principle a halfway decent tasting drink called Tequila Mockingbird.
Absolutely, I would.
It's right up your alley. It's right up your alley.
Yeah. Oh shit.
No, I think the only concern is if somebody beat me to that cocktail.
I'm afraid they have.
There is
I bought a friend of mine, friend of the show, Monica.
Shout out to Monica.
I bought her a nerdy drink book.
And one of them is
Tequila Mockingbird. Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I can't believe. I mean, I can't believe I've been beat to that, but I can't believe that that's like a drink that multiple people have like consumed.
Yeah. It was mostly literature. So
That's
like
funny.
there was the White Whale, which was like a take on a White Russian.
That's fun.
What the hell else was in there? There are ones that like you can definitely get to.
Yeah.
You know, one of them might have been. I don't think it was Pride and Prune Juice, but it was something like that. Just some quality jokes in there.
Yeah. I saw something like that recently, which was
we're just padding the runtime now.
Was what the runtime?
Yeah, we're just padding the runtime now.
The video
we're
is
just
over.
helping watch time.
Some people just want to hear us ramble, and usually they have to subscribe to the Patreon for that.
Hell yeah!
Today they're getting it for free.
Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ.
No, I was shown a book that was cocktail recipes for horror movies, and I was like, hell yeah! But it's not that. It's an IBA cocktail exactly the way it's normally prepared, and I'm comparing it to a horror movie.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm like pretending it's something like every single one of them is a classic IBA cocktail you can get at any bar, but they're like insisting this one's alien.
It's really interesting. It has notes of chasing me down a hallway.
Yeah.
Wow, this is is that chainsaw smoke?
Yeah. Yeah, like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre old fashioned, where the recipe is just an old fashioned, and you insist it's inspired by Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, that's really funny. Wait, no, Zach, that's funny. Wait, I thought we were doing two different bits. That's very funny.
I don't think that's what the people in the book intended. I think they intended to phone it in on their horror cocktail book, but instead, what it reads to me is like, no, I assure you, my recipe for making a cosmopolitan, which incidentally is the exact same recipe as everybody else for making a cosmopolitan.
If anyone comments, they're like, "What's a cosmopolitan?" Can you do like a pink pony Cosmo?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
That makes sense.
There's a one of my favorite bars in Philadelphia does a cosmopolitan where they put cotton candy in your glass.
Oh, that's fun.
And then they pour the drink in, and it slowly starts melting the cotton candy during the pour. And when you start the first drink, there's still a little bit in there.
Yeah.
As it dissolves into it, and it's like a little bit of sweetness. But like, I feel like if you want to do a pink pony club sort of thing, you would do something like that, right?
Yeah.
You really amp up the pink.
Yes.
In an already pink beverage.
Chapel
Row, and if you have
post
them in the comments below.
We know that you if you ever want to come on the show, we do have a waiting list.
We've been backed up for a while.
Yeah.
We think we can squeeze you in right after Glidus.
Yeah, we gotta get Mira back first.
Yeah.
Right.
We got Mira, Ian, Michael.
Mira, Fantasy Haven.
Yeah.
Then Glidus, then Chapel Row. Now,
the problem is when we do have a Glidus episode, people are like, I can't wait for the Chapel Row episode.
I do not want you guys to tweet this at Mira, Ian, or Glidus. I do want you to tweet it at Chapel Row.
Fantasy Haven?
Fantasy Haven you can tweet it at. But you have to animate it.
What you have to do is draw in Fantasy Haven style him the two of us in Chapel Row style.
Will,
Well, we're citing a lot of homework off of this one.
Will. Zach, I'm ending the recording. End on something funny, and it has to be actually funny.
HOTTOGO.
Yeah. And that's how Shireen's story ended.